Okay, shooting a video, kind of a how-to for repairing the steering wheel radio controls for an Accurate MDX. I think this should work for years 2001 through 2006. So here we go. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to disconnect the negative battery cable so that you don't accidentally short anything while you're doing this or deploy the airbag on yourself while you're taking it out of the steering wheel. That would be kind of bad. Okay, now that we've disconnected and completely removed the negative battery cable, we're ready to start on the inside. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and, since the battery's disconnected, you can go ahead and put the key in and turn it to the on position so that while you're doing this, it's a lot easier if you can move the steering wheel around and make it easier to get to things. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is to pop these covers off on both sides. That'll expose a T30 Torx screw that we'll be taking out on both sides. There's a little slot right here. You'll put your screwdriver in there, work it in, and these pop right off. Now you'll see inside there's a T30 bolt, screw, whatever you want to call it, right here. We'll just be taking that out, do this on both sides. And what I did was just turn the steering wheel all the way around to where it's easy access on this side. It's a lot easier than trying to reach over and work on the inside from of the car. And you'll see the T30 connector is right there on this side. Turn it up a little bit where you can see it. T30 right here. We'll pop it out. A little tricky one-handed. Now yours might be a little bit tougher to get out than these. I've already done the repair, so these were loosened up some, not torqued quite as hard. Alright, that fell down in there, but no problem. Just turn the steering wheel where it's facing down, and it'll fall right out. There we go. Okay, now, with both of those out, I'll straighten the steering wheel back up. We can just pop the airbag right off. It's just kind of fitted in there, but I promise you it comes right out. There you go. Okay. Now there's some connectors and things here, but for this we don't need to take that off. What I found was, if you'll see, there are two wires coming out of your radio controls here. One goes to this little ground here, which admittedly this is pretty loose, but as you see, it's bradded in there. So I think that should be making a pretty good connection. All my reading says that it's a faulty ground for this. So we look for where the other wire goes. All right, so the other wire is going to this connection here, which is on a bus that initially was really loose, and I could wiggle that whole thing. What I noticed was through this hole right here, there's a hole right there, there is a Phillips head screw that screws that bus onto the base plate for the steering wheel. All I did was go in here and tighten that Phillips head screw up. You've got to have a fairly narrow Phillips head, but tighten that Phillips head screw up where this thing no longer moves, and you're done. 10 minutes. Pop your airbag back into place here, which is probably going to take me 2 hands. There. Now we're ready to put our Torx screws back in and fire this baby back up. Okay, putting everything back is just going to be the reverse of what we did taking it out. I'm putting the Torx screws back in now. And I probably won't waste the time showing you all of this because it's pretty simple. You saw me take it out. It just goes back in the reverse. When I get it all buttoned up, we'll show you that all the controls are working now. Yeah, one more thing. Quick tip. You see how these are shaped a little different? They're mirror images of each other. So you'll have to kind of pay attention. Just put the right one on the right side, but that's pretty self-explanatory for these covers for the openings on the steering wheel. All right, you can see we've hooked the negative battery post back up, and you can hear, the key is still in the ignition, so it's beeping. So now let's crank it up, and all right, radio, we got to put the code in. Okay, once we do that, it'll be on some random station. You see the volume's all the way down. But since we fixed this, look. Volume up, volume down. Change stations. Everything's working. Mode, FM2, AM, CD, tape. Everything is working exactly as it should. This easy 10-minute fix. I had looked online, I didn't see a video on it, and honestly all the forums said that they were taking it to the dealer and having the grounding restrapped or something. I had this issue for years in my car, and I didn't bother with it because I thought it was going to be too complicated. So I'm posting this video for you guys to see how easy it really is to fix this. Leave your comments below. Thanks.